So let's go ahead and pivot over to Anaheim Angels, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Before we get into content, I'd like to take a second to say to all of our listeners and viewers, we really appreciate the effort that you folks have put into watching our content lately. We are having a giveaway. Once this channel gets monetized, we're going to give the first $500 that we earn back to the subscribers. 5 subscribers are going to each earn $100 each. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video. The sooner we get to that monetization, the sooner we can give that away.
Yep, I love it.
So the Angels, it gets a little bit worse for them. Not only has it been a string of bad luck, but it's not really bad luck. The team's just not ran properly. Not only have you had 7 seasons of Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout and still haven't had a winning season, not once, but it is likely that, Ohtani is probably not going to sign back with the Angels. I think every time we have a show, I think my percentage of him re-signing with them goes down by about 5%.
So what is he currently at?
I'd say 25%.
Oh, wow. It's going down
Maybe
deep.
20.
It's going down deep low now.
Yeah, I actually have my top 5 coming up for Shohei Ohtani, where he goes. And,
excellent.
He went down with a UCL tear, which may or may not require Tommy John, may or not require some type of constructive surgery, but some type of surgery is inevitable. So you also lose him as a pitcher, but you also lose Mike Trout. Again, the exact same day that he goes out, Mike Trout goes out again for a wrist injury. It gets a little worse. Did you hear about what's going on with Mike Trout?
I heard that the Angels have opened it up to actually accept trade offers for him. But does Mike Trout want to be traded?
It's a very good point. That's a very good point. So I'd like to dive into that a little bit. Mike Trout has only had 1 postseason at-bat at a wild card game. So he had maybe 3 or 4 at-bats in the postseason. And the closest he's gotten to playoff baseball was the World Baseball Classic, and he absolutely loved it. I think he got a taste for what meaningful baseball is, and I'm willing to bet you, not necessarily truly, I'll bet you a Snickers, because again, we're not giving betting advice on this channel. That's not what we do. I'm willing to bet you a Snickers that he will waive his no trade clause to go to a contender.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, but the Angels did make sure that they put it out this way, that if Mike Trout requests a trade during the offseason, they would listen to offers, but only in that case.
Right.
They're not saying, hey, we're listening to offers on Trout. They did say if Trout wants out, we would listen to offers, which is basically the cowardice way of saying we're listening to offers on Mike Trout.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about that?
I guess my opinion here is I've seen a ton of stuff that Mike Trout is a very, very loyal baseball player. I think he wants to be with the Angels. I mean, they did agree to pay him a 12-year, $426.5 million contract, which goes all the way through 2030. And the purpose of that contract was so that he could retire an Angel. Like I've said in past episodes, I hope that there's still some loyalty in professional sports where it's not all about winning a championship. Maybe push the front office, continue to try to build a team, but and I hope he stays with the Angels. I don't want anybody to just leave and chasing a championship.
Yeah, but I don't think that that's what this is. I honestly don't think with Ohtani or Trout, if they do want out, you had chances, man.
Right.
They keep making the wrong moves over and over and over again. I think if you want Ohtani and Trout to stay in Anaheim, you sell the team. You've proven, Artie Moreno, you've proven that you cannot run a professional baseball team. You're giving Anthony Rendon, a guy who's only played, he's been in Anaheim for 4 years now, and he's only played 100 games.
Right.
A reminder, there's 162 games a year.
Yeah.
So
he's had plenty of chances to play in games.
And he's assaulting fans. You didn't make the effort to go for Ohtani, to show Ohtani that you're going to go for it. And then you just basically dumped all your players in a move to save money so you could be under the luxury tax threshold.
That's a bad look.
It's a bad look to show
real
loyalty
bad
to your
look.
players.
Yeah.
And now you're saying we'll listen to offers on for Trout. I don't know, man. That doesn't look good to me at all.
It doesn't look good to anybody. I don't think.
If I was Trout, if I was Ohtani, I'd be like, yeah, no.
Yeah, we're done here.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap up baseball talk with where I think Ohtani's going to go. You want to hear it?
I do.
Top 5 is as follows. We'll start with number 5.
Number 5.
I think number 5 is he stays in Anaheim. Because the reason we talked about before, he's got other things outside of winning that makes it the reason why he wants to be there. It's close to Japan on the West Coast. He gets preferential treatment, with that team, with that organization, doesn't have to do as much press, everything. He's comfortable there.
Yeah, the Angels are taking good care of him.
Taking great care of him.
Yeah.
So I think that's still the top 5 of teams to get him.
What about number 4?
Number 4, the New York Mets.
The New York Mets?
Yeah. The owner of the Mets, he's the richest owner in baseball. He's thrown a crap ton of money at the Mets this year. Did not play well. He's paying a bunch of their contracts going forward, and he's clearing a bunch of salary so he can go hard after Ohtani. I definitely believe that their Mets are going to make an offer. And the only reason why they're down so low, because they actually will pay. All these 5 teams will pay the same amount of money to Ohtani.
Absolutely.
It's just whether or not I think he's going to accept it. So they're definitely going to make a max offer to him. And I think the only reason why he doesn't accept it is because they're an East Coast team and it's too far away from Japan.
Okay, what about number 3?
The Seattle Mariners.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yep, still on the
West
Coast.
Yep.
And he also summers in Seattle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's up.
Seattle is a beautiful place,
yeah,
just for the record.
It's also the shortest distance between there and Japan. It's Seattle Airport. So it makes sense that he likes to be close enough to where fans from Japan can come see games. So the West Coast is important to him. So I have the Mariners at number 2. Number 2, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Ooh, is that just part of your little Dodger heart hoping that he comes over to the Dodgers?
I would love to have Ohtani on the team. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. The money is not a problem. I think, in a large market like Los Angeles, an international market like Los Angeles, the Dodgers and the Yankees are the 2 most internationally known franchises in baseball.
Absolutely.
Right? You put Ohtani on the back of that jersey, and you're going to be selling enough jerseys to cover his contract by itself. So I don't think money is going to be an issue. The main reason why I think the Dodgers have the second greatest chances is because a lot of people are saying the only reason why he chose Anaheim over LA is because at the time when he came over, there was no DH in the National League.
But
there's been a DH in the National League for 2 years now. So,
boom, problem solved.
Yeah. So likelihood of him, the Dodgers are going to offer him a max contract, even just as a hitter. He's going to come back as a pitcher, So again, Aaron Judge got $400 million.
Anything else on defense?
Yeah, that's another thing. You could put him at first base. You can put him at outfield.
Yeah. I was going to say, it seems like I've seen him play other positions. Yeah.
I don't know if he ever has, but he is probably one of the best athletes I've seen out there in the world right now.
Just a ridiculous athlete.
Literally, you put him anywhere except for maybe shortstop, he'll probably be the best at that position. So,
and honestly, you could probably put him in one of those positions and extend his career 5 years easily.
Yeah. So, you got Freeman, who's got another 5 years on his contract. Once he's gone, you could probably move Ohtani over to first base. Not that I want Freeman to retire, Dodgers. So Freddie. Anyway, but yeah. So
number 1,
the San Francisco Giants are my top spot.
The Giants are the number 1. It's West Coast.
It's West Coast.
They got plenty of money to pay that man.
They have been trying for years to get a big name in San Francisco. It goes all the way back to Bryce Harper in 2019. They offered Bryce Harper more money than anybody else.
Oh, really?
They offered Trey Turner more money than anybody else.
We just need anybody.
They signed Carlos Correa to the fattest contract for a shortstop ever in baseball history.
And then
backed up because he realized he only had one leg. And so they backed off of that. So that was smart.
2 legs is very important in baseball,
especially for a shortstop.
Yes.
So they backed off of that. Smart on their part. And then from there, they also went and hard after Arson Judge. If you saw a previous video. But yeah, so they have gone after talent like crazy, and they've been waiting for this. And Farhan Saidi, their president of baseball operations, used to be co-president with the Dodgers. So he knows how to build a team. He knows the right way to go about it. And he knows in San Francisco, they need a star, man. They need a star on that team to really separate themselves. So I honestly think they have the best shot of any team in baseball to sign him. And I think he would potentially pick them over the Dodgers just simply because of the more small market type team. They do have winning pedigree. They won like 3 World Series like 10 years ago. So that's relatively recent. So yeah, that's my top 5.
Excellent. I like it, man. Nice. I think I like the Mariners best for them. I think just based on the Japanese fans being able to come in and out easier, like I could see that being a huge selling point for Ohtani.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely. Yeah, that's I think it's a good chance there. That's why I put them at number 3. The only reason why I put the Dodgers and Giants ahead of them is they both have more of a historical presence of winning in baseball. They're more like the Seattle Mariners haven't been very much in the postseason.
Super relevant, right?
Yeah. So That's the only reason why they're third. But
Makes sense.
Anything else on baseball before we move on?
That's what I got, man.
Once again, folks, thank you for tuning in. My name is Darren. That is AJ, and this has been the DNA Sports Recap.
Till next time.